Weekdays anymore, but after my little test run over the weekend where I did my live stream with PC and webcam setup, only getting 0 to 2 views, and they just dip on out, dip on in, dip on out, and all that. And then the next evening, I tried with the phone setup, my cell phone setup, and the activity was a lot more active, dare I say. So I was wondering, what if I did this during the weekday, but around the same time of my usual my not now. It's the 11 Pacific Standard Time AM. Not in that order. I'm tired, and so I figured I'd try to do this around the same day, but definitely not the same time because it's already lunchtime. So I will not be on here as long. I just want to see how it goes, and if it's just, oh, it still sucks because it's the weekday and everyone has lives except you. Okay, I'll get that. But I'm just, as I said, just a test and just see how it goes. And if you're wondering, oh, where's the art stuff? I haven't been doing art stuff since the live stream. I've been tired lately. Like, what the hell? Well, the weather's been warm. I know I can talk. But aside from that, I don't know. I was just extra tired lately. So I've not been as active doing stuff. I'm doing other things that are, the boring grown up stuff. But at the same time, I'm like, shit, man, I'm hella tired. Yeah, yeah. I may not sound tired or look tired, but I feel tired. So I'm gonna just cut this away because I don't want crap on my desk. Dang it. It's just gonna end up on the floor. Ha ha ha. So anyway, already this is not looking good. But I kind of expected that because it is around the work slash lunchtime and no one wants to watch this during their free time. On a weekday. How dare you? Couth slob. Sorry. Uh, ew. Looks like when the guy shaves their stubble, it's like ew. It's not. It's just this whatever runoff this is. I'm trying to fix my husband's fishing pole bag, and it's he expects like, oh, you know how to fix, you know how to sew. No, I don't. The people who use sewing machines know how to sew. I don't know how to do crap. I just do hand sewing for the sake of hand sewing, and because sewing machines terrify me. But I try to fix it. God. And I'm just trying to use up the rest of this thread though. I found my stash. It took me a while to find it because I hate leaving out thread because sometimes they get tangled and caught on things and it irks the hell out of me. I have a lot of pet peeves, so yeah, I while I don't mind complaining, sometimes there is such a thing as too much complaining. So I try my best not to do that too much. But no promises there because a lot of things are annoying nowadays. But a lot of people just run off to TikTok and Reels and YouTube Shorts and make their little rants here and there, and I can do that too, but it's too saturated with that kind of content. I want to be positive, but I am not really good at that either. I'm like, I want to be positive, but a little bit honest too. Okay. Oh god, I don't like this material. I might have to use some kind of glue to secure it because this is looking kind of ugly already. I failed without barely even starting. So yeah. I used to do hand sewn ornaments out of felt sheets. Those were kind of cool to do. I don't have them on hand right now because I stored them away. Do I have one on here? I think I only have the Hello Kitty one that I did a while ago yonder. But, okay. There's one of them. I have some more, but I stored them away. So yeah, look at me get distracted from what I'm supposed to be doing. So, yeah, I used to do this kind of stuff where I make my own template. You can print it out, but I just trace over the stuff I need, and then I cut them in individual pieces, and then just sew them all together. And if they're too small, you can do the hand sewing thing to the tiny little pieces like the eyes and the nose and shit. and the buttons, but in my case, I was like, I'm kind of tired. So I just use fabric glue and make sure it's sturdy because sometimes fabric glue betrays your ass and doesn't want to glue when it should. However, I only do one side. I know there's people who do both sides and they have like very intricate anime felted chic ornaments and they're way better than mine. Here's what I do with the backside. Booty. Actually, I could do another layer and just put the backside of what it's supposed to look like, but I was like, no one cares about the backside, so I just did that. And this was just, I think these are one of the earlier things I tested because I was like, I'm not going to remember what the heck's on her backside. So I just did the front because no one looks at the back anyway, as I tell myself. But I do like how it does look like the original 80s/90s Hello Kitty because that was around the time I actually liked her a little bit before I got sick of her. I give her passes sometimes, but it's when I barely see her face because she's just everywhere, freaking everywhere. I think she's even on condoms at one point, and I don't know if she's yet to have a home pregnancy kit like Krusty the Clown. But at the same time, though, I just get tired of her. But around this time when she looked like that, I liked her okay. It wasn't that much. Um, it was for children, and I was a child, and that makes sense, right? 2 plus 2 is 4. But as I got older, and the marketing group of Sanrio realized, oh, our consumers are getting older. We have to cater to the grown-ups who may still like Hello Kitty. And they did. Oh my god. Like there's so much grown-up Hello Kitty Sanrio stuff. It's pretty insane. But you also have to be aware of their quality control. Plus they 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 add extra fees for the brand, but it's like, dude, why am I paying $28 for a hairbrush? That's insane. So, not that I did, but or did I? I forgot. But yeah, I would try to make my own little ornaments here and there, and I just gave myself shortcuts. I half-assed as literal half-assed back here, but at the same time, I was not aiming for that at the time. Maybe now I can do the backside, but I don't feel like it. Okay, so it's fine. Very cute. But I think I stopped because it got too labor intensive. It got really complicated and I'm still like an ongoing break right now. Oh my god. It's not fun after a while. Okie dokie. I can't understand that. I'm sorry. So, yeah, now I just have to fix this stuff and I hate it. I do have fabric glue, but I think I'm like almost running out of it and I have to buy more. It's actually pretty good. I forgot the brand though, but it's pretty effective as what is it? I'm going to say uh what is it? Hot glue from the hot glue gun. It's pretty good cuz I don't like hot glue guns since I have to turn on stuff. I have to make sure I don't burn myself, which I have. And hi, how are you? And then I have to unhook everything, make sure everything's off, make sure it cools down before putting away. It's really a pain in the butt to deal with. Whereas just the glue that I've been using, the fabric glue, it's been pretty consistent, and I've been using it on other things besides the. Oh my god, this is so ugly. I didn't like I mentioned. I'm not good at sewing for repair. I don't know. Plus the material's kind of crap, so that's not my fault. Let's blame everything else except my lack of skill. But whatever. That's good. I don't know you that well, but nice meeting you. I also have to be careful with who I interact with online. Apparently, sheesh. So yeah, yeah, not much is going on right now. I just wanted to test to see how it goes with the activity on the live stream on my phone. It's already exceeding my expectations despite it only being 8 viewers because that's a lot better than 0, 1, get out. 0, 2, get out. 0, 1, get out. 0, 2, oh, hang around for 5 minutes, then get out. That's how it's been with my PC. And I didn't notice this activity pattern until episode, I'm pretty sure, 85. It takes a while for me to notice such things, especially if I'm not really big on making videos. Yeah, so slow learner at its finest. Okay, so yeah, what's up, any of you out there? This is what's up for me, and I don't like it. I probably have to reinforce it again just to make sure. But even when I do reinforcements, it's not very good. I know there's another way, and I'm like, I'm not very good at sewing, but I'm doing what I can. Then I have to go back and do it again. Then this one I also have to fix. I noticed this big gaping hole. Yeah, and it's again more cheap material. So yeah, if you want to buy certain things and you're going to use it a lot, you probably shouldn't buy cheap stuff. But because I'm at home and no one gives a crap, I was like, okay, fine, whatever. And there's hair on my mouth. What the hell? The hair on my head, I mean. So anyway, I gotta do this other side. Yeah, maybe later if I feel like it, I'll probably try to do some more of these felt ornament sheets. They're kind of cool to do. The only thing is I don't do the backside. If you want backside, you should try it yourself before you start ragging on me to do it. That's why I don't bother people online, like when they do art stuff and they're like, why don't you just do this, do this, do this? It takes time, effort, and money, dang it. And that's if you're feeling well and you feel like it. That's why I don't badger people to do things on their craft channel because I understand. Like it takes a lot of effort and support. Sometimes you need help, especially if you have kids. Okay, so lay off the people who work hard on these videos and expecting, I want this, I want content, give me this. Like, shut up. Like, make your own content then. No. Sorry, I have these tendencies to rant. I think the internet does that to us at some point. Gosh. I'm trying to think of old stories I can talk about that is not just appropriate, but just something worth talking about that is okay. And then I remember I keep seeing these videos of or reels or shorts about how it was way the millennials are the last generation to know what it's like without internet, and they make it so dramatic, and this like um, this dramatic, not dramatic music, but like the somber, sad, sort of quiet music in the background while they say all these things about how the millennials were the last generation to know what it's truly like to feel alive without having to rely on a phone or tablet in your freaking face. And I was like, yeah, now we have that in our face now. So you can still do that, but it's going to be a lot harder. Good luck. If you really don't, they do have flip phones, right? Like I've seen them on T-Mobile and AT&T and stuff. Like they still have the flip phone. You can do flip phone. Oh my god, this crap is really shitty. It's already it's starting to make another hole again. Like what the hell? How dumb. It's gonna pop out again. That's what I don't like about this material. I might have to use glue of some kind or a patch. But I don't. But I need to repair this still because I need to reinforce it with a patch. I think because this is not very good quality. Dang it! So stupid. Same with this. I'm already worried that one sucks too. And then yeah, I am still thankful for the internet in terms of making new friends because if I had no internet, like I just chose DeviantArt oh so long ago, just ended up not doing social media at all. I mean, I think eventually I would have gone to like the AOL. I would have I went on there at some point, but even then I wasn't even that big on posting things online like my art. If it wasn't for that friend that told me about that, I probably wouldn't even be posting stuff online or even be on Instagram. Yeah, so blame her. But I'm still thankful for internet. But it's also really distracting from doing stuff that you probably should be doing, or even just going out and enjoying the day. And I don't know, it's kind of eh. I mean, you can go without the phone. You do have that option. It's just the algorithm of what you like and what you do on the phone. It's gonna try to grab your attention. So be prepared for that, or just not bring your phone with you, and then people freak out like, how can I contact you? I had no phone. Fun fact, I did not have an official phone till like 2018. But I had to end up getting one because in case of emergencies, and that pissed me off. But it's not entirely bad, but I definitely did live without a phone here since 2000. I mean, up to 2018. I did have phones throughout the years, especially I had one in China, but that was their own China Mobile, and I did have a little bit of a tablet and my own tank of a phone oh so long ago in 2011, 2010, 2011. Sorry, I have to go off camera. Oh god, this is butt ugly. Look how ugly this is, but the material is really difficult to work with. Freaking gross. And I probably have to do some kind of fabric thing, patch to hide it because it's not reinforced enough. It's gonna pop open again. At least I have enough knowledge to admit that because it ain't cute. And I use some string, so that's good. Now I gotta do the other one. And I think after this one, I'm gonna wrap it up for now because I didn't have lunch. So I'm kind of trying to not eat. I'm going to stretch out the time to eat and stuff. Oh, God. Where is the... Okay. And the thing is, you can't make these stupid strings too long because if you do, they get tangled so easily. That drives me insane. You try to like, oh, if I have it long enough, I don't have to keep going back and forth and making knots and adding new string. No, you do it too long, you get tangles. Pisses me the hell off. Drives me insane because I make so many tangles, and sometimes it's hidden. And by the time I go back to the look in the back, there's at least like two or three stupid snags, and they, oh my god, I hate it. I freaking hate it. I know I complain a lot, but I shouldn't. This counts as first world problems, I suppose. But yeah, I always encounter snags when I make things. And I think I was either mentioning to a friend or even my husband that I should do like a mock tutorial or a parody tutorial of some sort where I try to show a tutorial but I'm cursing a lot because that's how it really is for me. Like, you need to gather your materials. God dang it! I can't find my eraser. Oh, I'm sitting on it. So, but that was one of my ideas of doing a tutorial where it's like a real time tutorial where I gather my materials, realize, oh, damn it, I forgot this. I got to go to the store now. But that part's kind of stupid because then I have to actually go to the store and get the materials. But it would just be me cursing a lot about not finding the things I need and I got to make do with what's in front of me because I'm under pressure with the viewers and stuff. So that was one thing, but then I just seemed a bit too much for me, so I ended up not doing it. I mean, it's a good idea. I just don't feel like doing it. Okay. Anything going on? Fishing. What else is new? I'm always fishing over the weekend, even though I took a break on sometimes Saturday, but sometimes I feel bad for my kid and because he's my husband, sometimes he's too busy fishing and my kid just does his own little thing. So I try to go visit to help out because I'm stupid supportive apparently. Oh, here we are again with this stupid fraying crap. So Oh my gosh. Please, camera, why are you being funky? Stop. Is it because I have to do this? Probably. Okay. I gotta cut off camera because it's ugly. Go stand here. Yeah, please excuse my desk. It's a bit kind of gross. So we went fishing, and I had to help get anchovies for my husband on Sunday, especially. It was pretty warm, which is I don't mind. My husband doesn't like warm weather because he's insane. Well, I understand. I'm just kidding. But I had to help out get anchovies, but after a while, the anchovies stopped biting. And so he said, "Oh, just go over to this other side of the pier." And I was like, "Okay, fine." And so I go, and then well, eventually he caught his striped bass. He's so happy. Well, he caught one, but it got lost. I mean, it fell off because the net was not cooperating, and he was kind of pissed about it. Not real pissed, but like, ah, dang it, why? And then another one in one of his three fishing poles out there got a bigger one even. And I think the minimum size is 18 inches. And he caught one exactly 18 inches. So we were able to keep that. And so, yay for him. And I thought, oh, after striped bass, which he said, like, after this, I'm going to stop fishing for a bit. I was like, so you got your striped bass, you're good, right? He's like, no, I want 30 inches, not 18. I was like, what? When are you going to get that? So we're still fishing. Anyway, yeah, he was really happy he caught his fish. Though he says he caught two, even though the other one fell off. But I'm all like, he even mentioned, he was like asking me, like, are you sure it was smaller or bigger than the one that we did catch? And I was like, it was smaller. I can tell. It was much smaller than this one. And I was like, yeah, even if you did catch a smaller one, you gotta let it go. But he would have taken pictures. So I was all like, I guess we're still looking for striped bass that's at least 30 inches length. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I know there's a better way to do it, but I'm not. And this is cheap material. And I think this one also needs a patch because, yeah, the downsides of buying cheap stuff is you have to repair it or just throw it in the trash like normal people. But I don't do that because everything's expensive now. God, is it weird? Everything's freaking expensive now. Like lemons, I saw used to be $2.99, and then just like I swear, like 2 or 3 weeks later, it became $5.99. Like what the fuck? Why so expensive? Dang it! And then I was also I forgot who I was talking to. Maybe I was writing somewhere. I forgot. But I remembered. I was watching some stupid video about like how boba tea is addictive and blah blah blah. And then I noticed why I stopped buying those bubble tea things was yeah the cost. Only at most once a month for my because he likes the honeydew one, but no boba. And then that dang thing cost me $8. That's I mean it's a big cup, but like $8. You know how old I am? Here, I'll let you know. Um, I also got bubble tea, watermelon boba, and it was freshly made, not the sugary crap you get. It was freshly made right in front of us, and it was $1.99, no tax. $1 freaking 99, and I loved it. This was when I was in high school, and it was just like a hole in the wall sort of place, and it was so cool. They had so many flavors. They had like star fruit. Those star fruit taste gross. They had chocolate banana. They had honeydew, obviously, a whole bunch of stuff, and some like Hong Kong black tea, whatever matcha stuff. But it was definitely fresh, and I missed it so much because suddenly they closed down. And they just said they were on vacation. And I was like, oh, okay, so they'll be back, right? They never came back. It became a Philly cheesesteak place, and that Philly cheesesteak place is still there to this day. I'm so pissed off. I was like, dang it! I missed that place so much. They do have a whole bunch of quickly chain stores, but I think they make their boba with brown sugar. I don't like it, and so And I tried it like maybe once or twice, but it was just I don't like it. And so after that, I just stopped buying it. And then later on, I think one of my in-laws talked about how some of the boba has carcinogens in their tapioca. That's what he said. Okay, this is what he told me. And I was like, oh, really? Oh, shoot. Okay. So around that time, I just stopped drinking that actively. So I was like, okay. Plus, I mentioned I heard someone on the news like people don't even chew on those tapioca balls; they swallow them whole. And I think if you eat them too much, they compact in your intestines or something like that. And I think someone ended up in the hospital just from not in chewing the tapioca balls properly. I was like, you don't chew them? What the fuck? So yeah, you have to eat that stuff carefully. Also, you're not supposed to have so much of that sugary stuff too much. Those things are freaking loaded with sugar. And whenever I talk like that, people don't like when I talk like that because, like, oh, yeah, you're one of those healthy. No, I'm not. I eat desserts not like crazy. I eat a lot less than what I used to, but I have to be more mindful because of my diet restrictions so I don't feel sick later. But I have to cut back on a lot of super sugary, high costing crap, and I'm thankful for that in the long term. I don't even buy Starbucks anything. Yeah. Like, I forgot. I no. I think the last time I went to a Starbucks was 2013. And that was when I was visiting with my uh, husband slash boyfriend then. Yeah. So I was all like, oh shit. He didn't like it, and it wasn't like, oh, because he doesn't like it, I don't like it. I just got lazy. I was like, I'm not even that big of a coffee fan, and I do have a few milk coffee drinks, like the ones you get from the fridge, but even then, I can't do that too much. If I drink too much of that, I'll not feel very comfortable. So see, that's what happens. I try to indulge a little bit, and I don't feel good. So that's why while it seems like it's an annoyance to how I eat, in reality, I think it saves me the trouble of making myself sick in the long run. Better, I found out now when I only had a little bit, and it was only like half of a bottle, not that bad, but I was already like, ugh, this isn't good. Meanwhile, when the standard for drinking from Starbucks or like a boba drink place, and they have like big fat cups, and it's loaded with sugar and stuff, and creams and this and that, and boba and this and that. It's like, oh gosh. So I think I was at Japantown the other day, and I saw like this long line for like this Taiwan tea place, and I will not discuss the observations of what I noticed about the people, but at the same time, I don't know. They at most I only saw like maybe the watermelon and coconut looked interesting, but I just didn't feel like waiting in line. That's another reason why I don't go to those boba places. There's always lines. There's so many lines, and I hate waiting in line. And they keep saying, "Oh, you have to all the good stuff's there. You just have to wait for 20, 45 minutes for your freaking order." And I'm like, I did that once, never the frick again, I swear. I want to say the F word, but I'm not. I don't feel like it right now. But my God, it was so annoying to wait and wait and wait. And it was for a snow cone in Hawaii, and I felt bad because my family waited with me. And then I thought, okay, never mind, let's just go. But then my husband was already committed, so he's like, no, we're waiting here. And I was like, oh, fine, whatever. And we finally got our stuff. It wasn't that good. It tasted average. The other place that was more of a hole in the wall tasted better than whatever the heck slop they sent us. And I was pissed off. I was like, I'm not doing this wait in the line shit ever again. It's stupid. So I think in some societies like in Japan, like or even in China, where you have to wait in line for whatever stuff, it's kind of a given. But like if you have a choice to not wait in line, I ain't waiting the damn line. Okay, screw that noise. And I think I've seen some videos here where there's long, long lines just wrapping around buildings, just waiting and waiting for like a stupid cafe thingy, food, whatever. And I'm like, I ain't waiting for that crap. I got stuff to do, like sleep. I do. Oh my God. I just don't understand waiting in line. I have relatives who do that though, but it's like I don't talk trash about that to them. That's their choice. Better them than me. You can have the line waiting to your heart's content. I think when I was younger, I did. I think when I went to WonderCon, when it used to be here, there used to be long lines for like special merch items, and if you want to get that special merch item, you have to go and wait in that long ass line, or you have to meet a very popular comic book artist. I remember Jim Lee came here one time, and I was like, "Oh wow, Jim Lee, I wanna." And then I saw the line, like, oh shit. And so I did what they did in Paul, where they took a picture of that Shadow Child guy from a distance. And then that's what I kind of did. But then when I checked, the image of Jim Lee was super blurry. I was like, oh well, that's pointless. So I was like, it was a long ass line. It was already evening too, and I had to go home. So yeah, I didn't hang around that long. But even then, I did meet a few other comic book artists that did not have a line, but I still enjoy anyway. I rather enjoyed those people, and they were super nice and even gave me free stuff that didn't, they didn't have to, because usually they charge you like $20 for an autograph sometimes. At least celebrities do. But the comic book artists I did meet, they were super cool and chill. Anyway, yeah, I don't go to not Comic Con. I don't go to conventions anymore because they're mostly not near me, and the ones that are, I just lost interest by the time it does show up. And I also don't like waiting in line, and also random wafts of armpit smell. I have a very sensitive nose now, and it sucks. And it's always very particular towards strong, icky, manufactured smells, and not really nice ones like blueberry muffins, baking, or pancakes. No, I had to get the stinky, rancid garbage smell or nasty perfume and cologne smells that are so strong it just makes my head spin. I hate it. I hate it. And also BO. Oh my god. Yeah, I can't. That's how bad it is. Okay, what else can I talk about that isn't whining? Yeah, this is really ugly stitching, but because I'm going to blame the fabric because I can, and also my poor stitching skills, I just want this closed up so it doesn't bother me later. I'll probably put a patch on this as well. Um, yeah, I'm gonna just do that. Is there any other art stuff I can show? I didn't really work on any art since the last live stream because, like I mentioned, I've been stupidly tired or busy with family things that I become more tired. So by the time I do have free time to do art, I either do very little of it or I just don't do any at all. I'm like, oh, goodness gracious, I'm tired. So yeah, I did make this warning before. Like, if I do no art stuff for even a tiny bit, like a small break, or there's something else that happens that makes me tired, I just end up not doing it. It's that easy for me. Because I know myself that if give me the chance to be lazy, I will go all the way. I will just lie there and rest and doom scroll or do other things. And then when it's time to do the art stuff, I'm like, I don't feel like it. It'd be like that. And it's not depression. It's not, I just don't feel like it. Plus, I was doing the whole thing on Instagram and no one gave a crap except my friends. Always thankful for them, don't get me wrong. And a few random people that, hey, I like your stuff. Like, oh, thank you. I appreciate those kinds. But then for it to grow on Instagram, it was not working out. And then recently, when I tried to apply it with my live stream to um, showcase it and share my information there. Oh, you can watch that stuff there too. And then turns out, oh, that's not a good idea. I had to like, okay, now I gotta switch gears and change things to protect myself and other people as well. Just because it's like you need to not do that. Wow, this is ugly. That's fine. I'm gonna hide it with a patch later, so that's okay. I don't have. I should have something with flowers. Yeah, this is so ugly. I didn't say I was good at hand sewing, all right? So, but I just wanted to cover that hole so I don't keep making it larger and worse. But this material is so easy to rip open, so I would not be surprised if it reopened again. Not surprised at all. I forgot if I bought this at Daiso or a dollar store. It's around the same thing, but at least Daiso has been improving in quality more or less. But it depends on what it is. If you want better quality, still at Daiso, you have to pay more than $225 now, not the oh so favorite 150 or even the not so favorite but still better than 25, the $1.75. I mean my discounts, I swear. I will do the other things off camera because I can. All right. Anything I can do a little bit of art because I need to crank in something. Ah! Oh gosh, did I? Okay. Let's work a little bit on this. I don't want to call him a bozo. You're not a bozo. You're just stuck in moss. I have been thinking about painting over the moss and stuff for different colors, but then I changed my mind because some of the stuff comes off easily. Oh god, here we go. I gotta raise it on up. So I got this sucker here. I got it at Target for $12 for those of you unaware. And I wanted to paint, well, I am painting it right, I'm not saying now, but I already started painting on it, as you can see here. Oops, sorry. And then I don't think I really did anything special to it, unfortunately, but I did know that the original color was like, I'm trying to think. It was originally just gray and like off-white, gray, and black. And I was just trying to make it more like an actual skull. But I do realize it is a little boring. It's like you made it look more kind of realistic. Yes and no. It's just okay. But I figured I should try and see how far it gets because, yeah. And then there's also these mushrooms. I don't I don't know yet. I kind of just only the underside. You can see here where it's really hollow. I might put clay there, but that might be too ambitious and unnecessary for me, so I might just not do that. Thought I had other paint. What the heck? Oh no, I think I left it in the bag. Where is that bag? Oh no, I think I threw it somewhere. Okay, so I guess I have these to work with. And oh, that's black. Where's the thing? Okay, I guess I can use this too. And I need yellow. Dang it. Okay. So, thank you for sticking around that even though you didn't have to. Usually on the weekdays there's like virtually no one. Maybe a few friends like pop on in, and thank you for those. I'm always freaking grateful because I am. Even though where is my oh my gosh, where's my paper towel? Oh no. Where is it? Oh gosh, I gotta get up. Damn it. And I had my earphones on my freaking in my ears. And yet I wasn't even listening to anything. You dork. Okay, so I gotta start painting something before more people leave. And then I will probably wrap it up early, like I mentioned, just because. How much is it? 38 minutes? Okay. That's kind of long. Thicker brush. I don't have yellow. I thought I had another. Oh. I need ugly yellow. I know it's called yellow ochre, I think. But I just call it diarrhea yellow or yeah, I think it was diarrhea yellow. Because there is like an off yellowish tinge to skulls, I'm pretty sure. I haven't looked at my own skull, but I'm pretty sure that's how that is. The only other thing is this moss stuff. I should probably take it off somehow, but oh well, here we are. Yeah, I want to add extra things, but I don't know what exactly. I don't have enough time. I'm supposed to be putting up Halloween decorations, and I'm tired, so I haven't done the damn thing. I only put a few of my craft pumpkins up. That's a good thing about my craft pumpkins. I don't have to like make new ones, but I'm already in the process of making a new one, and I haven't really touched it since I'm gonna say August. But I haven't had much motivation or seen anything worth making into another pumpkin, except maybe Venom, because I've been somewhat on a Venom fix lately. But it's just an idea. I can take a break from Venom, I swear. It's not an addiction. I'm just a little tired of all that crazy detail. I love the details, but it does take out a lot out of me. So I end up kind of taking a lot of breaks with more detailed work, I noticed. Because it takes out a lot of me. Not like when I was younger and single and I had nothing better to do than to do art. Then I would just be pouring my energy into that stuff all the live long day and nights. I was that antisocial. And so I don't really, um, I can just do this art stuff all day if I really had the time to, but I unfortunately don't. And some people don't want to compromise that. Like, I don't want to have a family if I have to give up my hobbies. And I'm like, yeah, you don't have to, but eventually, sooner or later, there'll be a time where you have to put that stuff down and just take care of shit. And then you can come back to it later on, which is what I do like about certain hobbies like this. I can come back to it. But sometimes if you leave too long, you're going to forget, which has also happened to me. There are projects where it looks really detailed and intricate that I've done before. And I was like, how the hell did I do that? I've been like that. It sucks. I was like, I can't recreate it if I even tried. I mean, I probably could, but it's going to be uglier. And I have to do like prototypes first before I actually get to a good part. And that's even if there is any good part. Oh, sorry. There's some friends online. Woo! Okay. And then, ooh, let's see. I kind of wanted to do blood splatter, but that would make other parts of the moss also. Oh, actually, that would be correct. That would be pretty accurate now that I think about it. But I need some dingy brown. That doesn't look like it's like. Where is it? Where is it? Where did I put it? I don't want to stand up. I have a brown, but it's not it. But oh well. Um. Yeah, I'm not really good at talking about my stupid process because I'm on pause a lot with my projects, and for me to come back to them, I'm like, what the heck did I do again? So yeah, that's me. Um, and I'm kind of just trying to figure things out as I go, and hoping that it doesn't look ugly later. And there's no guarantee that is the case because I was like, oh, I'm making it worse. I'm making it worse now. How do I fix it? So yeah, I'm still really not on the fence for an actual serious tutorial anymore. I did try before in my old videos, but it's like, ugh, I'm not interested. And so I just totally did not feel like doing um, tutorials anymore. At most, I wouldn't mind doing a mock or a real time, what is it, tutorial, and it's just me cursing like, where are my things, dang it, it'd be like that more than me, okay guys, let's get together and do our art project of this and that, and make sure you have all of your materials or go to your local Michaels. And no, I'm not like that at all. I don't have that voice. I actually don't like that kind of voice. I know it's a lot of people or a lot of girls or women, they have that soft soothing voice where they always talk about all this nice stuff to do and the aesthetics and ASMR. I don't give a shit. I don't have that voice. Maybe that's just me being projecting that I don't have that kind of voice. Maybe I think I can achieve that voice if I train my voice well enough to mimic it. But I don't like it. I don't like doing that stuff. Plus, it might be to a degree where it sounds like I'm making fun. I'm trying not to because those people make money, not me. So they're doing something right. I can admit that. Same time though, it's just not for me. I can't do that stuff without feeling weird and uncomfortable. Like, ugh, that's not me at all. So while I don't like that voice, I can admit that they're doing something right if they're making bank. Yep. Okay. Well, It's already 1 o'clock. I gotta wrap things up because I need to eat something. I said I was gonna eat it, and here I am instead. It's looking a little not so good. I added too much red. That's my own damn fault. Yeah, it's fun fact. I like making the art things for holidays like Halloween and Christmas, but I don't like hanging them up and arranging it. I rather have someone else do it for me. Especially if it involves a ladder or you have to step on like a a step ladder or even a chair, which I usually do, which I shouldn't be doing because I have a low key fear of. I don't know about heights. I'm not afraid of heights, but I get dizzy easily. So if I am not careful, I look down at a really high place, I get really disoriented easily. And I'm like, oh god, I can't move. And it's not like what you see on reels where you're screaming and they're screaming and crying like, oh, I can't move, and they start crying miserable tears of not wanting to be there. No, I just can't move very well. I'll eventually move, but it's gonna take me a while because I'm worried I don't feel good. So that's that. But yeah, I've seen those videos of people climbing mountains in China, and I did one of those, and that stuff's scary as hell. So I don't laugh too much about that. It's a little funny if you are not afraid of climbing mountains and stuff, and tall and heights. But if you know, you know. So I don't like to make fun of that stuff too much. Excuse me. Okay, I'm gonna wrap this up. So what did I learn from today? That's the phone set up for my live stream still garners attention during the weekdays, even if it's only like 3 viewers. That's still a lot more. Y'all stayed up. You stayed. You didn't like dip on in, dip on out for like an hour. That's really great of you. Thank you so much. And then I don't know if I should do a weekday. I actually like the weekday setup more. I don't mean the PC and webcam. I mean just having my time to myself, and there's no one farting in the live stream. There's no one telling me about 10 different stories at the same time while I'm talking, and then when I get back to my story I forget. I don't have to worry about people asking me random questions when I'm trying to talk. I don't, yeah. I mean, on a live chat, that's fine, because, yeah, that's what it's about. But then what I don't like is in real time here, I'm being disrupted and I forget because my memory is bad and they know it too, but they do it anyway. I was like, goodness gracious. Be quiet. But sometimes what my family says can be funny, but I can't always bank on that. I can't always assume they'll say something funny because sometimes I'll be talking, then I was like, what the heck, man? And that's the sound I made from my mouth. Okay, I didn't make a fart or make an excuse to do said fart. But yeah, I do like the quiet aspect of working on weekdays because there's no one here to bother me while I'm doing the live stream. That's why I favored the weekday over the weekend. But I am willing to accept that weekends have more people available, especially in other countries and late at night. So this is an ongoing learning experience and things to make note of for future videos if I'm still not tired of this hobby. Yeah. I'm only going to do a little bit of this and then wrap it up. I keep saying that, but just in case people didn't hear me. don't like repeating myself, but I have to kind of change that mindset because new people might have just dipped on in and oh, what's going on here, and then I have to repeat myself. Okay, so I'm trying. I have to stand up just to make sure what I'm doing makes sense. Okay, that's not too bad. It's still kind of pink for me. I put a booger. I put too much again. Oh, okay. Now I have to stand up now. Okay, when I put the yellow, it does make it look a little bit more realistic, so that helps. I'm still debating whether or not I put blood splatters on it. That would be kind of fun. But I have to make the blood more consistent with actual blood. Oh, gosh, I gotta look up blood references now. I don't mind, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm not that squeamish over blood, but sometimes, like, if you have to do references for, especially certain body parts, like, ugh, then you have to see everything else sometimes. Good to know. The weather also cooled down a little bit finally. Um, I was like, can you stay longer, hot weather? But I didn't realize, like, other places outside where I live, it's roasting for like about a month or two. Meanwhile, we're the only area that's still cold. Only the past few days, if not a week, has been kind of warm. And I was like, stay warm longer. I'm tired of cold weather. But I am the minority of that opinion. A lot of people like the cold weather here. Like, I love it here. How do you not love this? Like, shut up. Keep it. I don't want it. Even some of my friends, like, how can you not like this hot weather? I mean, warm, cool weather. I'm like, if I could send it to you, I do, but it's impossible. Okay, it's getting there. I can only say that much. Okay, so this is it doesn't look like I did much of anything, but it's kind of, yeah, I didn't look like I did much, I swear. That's why this one's a little boring for me. I think if I'm gonna go for the realistic route, I can do like a pastel sort of thing, but it's this stuff I don't want to deal with. I could paint over it, but it's just gonna look kind of plasticky, and that's kind of what I'm not trying to go for right now. So, yeah, I think for the time being, I will decide whether or not I will go back to the weekday or not. Even though it's less than the weekends, I do like the whole idea of not having to deal with background noise around me, because that's what I do on the weekends, because my family's there by default on weekends, and then I have to not fight, but I have to talk over them, and it's not hard. It's not hard, but at the same time it is, because I don't like being loud. But I'm kind of stuck like this because my family's louder than me, and if I cannot be having equal, if not louder, volume and voice, I will be walked all over. I shoot. So I have to. Even now, when there's my family's not here, I'm stuck sounding like this. Stupid. I don't want to sound like this all the time. Like, I kind of miss being mumbly and grumbly and keeping to myself. But no, I can't be like that or nothing gets done. It's, you can't be meek and maybe here, I don't know, I'm shy. Yeah, I can't do that as a parent. Only certain parts, which is within reason, and that's rare, but for the most part, especially if I have to make phone calls and talking to customer service and talking to the teachers and parent teacher conferences and meeting other parents and trying to sound like a mammal when you really just want to go home and eat cheese. Yeah, yeah. Um, but of course, I try my best not to look like I don't want to be around because that's kind of rude. I think I just hang around and just have a deadpan face, I suppose. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go get some lunch or lie down or clean up, one of those, because I said I was gonna clean up and I didn't do it. I just rolled around in bed. So yeah, this was my test. Retracted. Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna go now, and if you're just dropping on in, you can just rewatch this later on. I didn't really talk about much. I was just doing hand sewing and tried to cover this as much as I could, which isn't very much. This was just a test of sorts to see whether or not my live stream setup with my phone is a lot more different in activity on weekdays versus my usual standard of the PC and webcam, and as a result, there's more activity on my phone versus what I was usually doing. And it took me a long ass time to realize that because I didn't want to. I'm antisocial. Okay, I'm gonna shut up now. Thank you so much for tuning in. Check out my channel if you like. If you want to comment, please be nice. It'd be great. I appreciate it. I don't need extra weird stuff in my life right now. And subscribe, comment if you like, and check out more stuff. I have other things too besides art stuff, but yeah. Okay, so take care now. Thank you. Bye bye.